All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you can see we have a little later start today. It's about 8 o'clock now. I got out a little bit later because I was watching the Adesanya Vettori fight last night. It took me a little bit later. So what I did was I ran to the closest lake, which if you can recognize is Otisco, fan favorite of mine. Not sure how it's fishing, haven't heard a lot about it. Winston is with me. Come here, buddy. We are going to say hello. Say hi. Yeah. Winston's here. If you can, just hit that subscribe button just for the dog footage. Come on now. We all love Winston. But we are going to make our way through the causeway, run to the north end, see how it's going. It's super dingy down here in the south end, or in the behind the causeway, but that's kind of common, I guess, in this place. So no real worries there. I'm going to trim up a little bit. I really don't like this causeway in terms of, I know it's deep enough, but like, I don't know, people fish a lot here. I don't want someone's line getting caught or something, so I try to almost pull my prop right out of the water. But anyway, plans, actions, gonna run to the north end, see how the weeds look, see how the water quality looks, make our way around up there, and see if we can catch any fish, and I guess just kind of try to figure this lake out. I haven't been here in 3 weeks, so last time we were here, I think I caught some smallies on beds, and my mom caught her first muskie and a bunch of largies on a spinnerbait, so I have no idea what this is gonna produce for us now, but all I can say is stay tuned. You won't want to miss this. All right, guys, so that run was a little spicier than I wanted it to be. It yeah, I hit some cross wake from a few different wreck boats that were out here, and yeah, it was a little bit fun. So let's get the old, I had this tied on the last time I was here, and it didn't actually end up getting bites, so I left it in my sort of day box area, and it's been here ever since. So I may as well tie it back on. It didn't catch any fish, and let's see if we can get them on the old Gajo stick bait, guys. Wacky rigged is the plan here, and I'm using an owner hook, their owner wacky hook that has the little mono or whatever that is, fluoro weed guards. I like them. I like them a lot, but I also tend to want to not have them because I like to be able to tie a snell knot when I can on a wacky hook. I don't know if it's true or not. I heard that from, I watched a video, I should say. Gary Yamamoto himself said that a snell knot is the way he intended on, or that he always fished a wacky rig. And I just assume since he made the Senko, he probably knows a thing or two about the Senko. I don't know if it's true. I've done it ever since I've seen that video. So I don't know. When I fished the owner hooks with the mono, you can't use a snell knot because it has that weed guard there, and you can't wrap the line down the hook and then pull a snell knot. So I'm not sure how I feel about it every time, because I feel like I have equal success. I'm not sure if it matters, but when I'm fishing just a straight hook, like a straight wacky rig on like an octopus hook or something like that, I always use owner hooks anyways, but I always tie the snell knot just because, I don't know, I heard that it worked, and it's hard to get it out of your head that it does work. Standard wacky rig, guys. Throw it out, do literally nothing forever, basically. No, in all seriousness, fishing 10 foot, 10.5, water temperature 72.49, so it's about a degree warmer than Oneida is right now, because I think I had like 71 and change yesterday. So degree warmer, however, it is much dirtier. I don't know if the camera will do it justice. Usually this lake, you barely have any visibility, so it's a little bit better than normal, I would say. Because I think I have like 1.5 feet, maybe 2 foot of viz, but it's still pretty dirty, dingy. It's how this lake works. It gets so algaed up. Like there's a bloom in it all year round, it seems, or silt or sediment of some sort. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's an algae bloom, but it is starting to bloom now, so we are going to have to deal with that as we go. This is an old rod, reel. I don't even know who makes this. Okuma. It's a Stratus 6 Escalade rod. This is that rod I use for like a river. I beat this thing. This is the rod I take to the river. It's the rod I take anywhere I'm skipping or trying to just, I don't know. It's like a 6.6. It's a medium heavy. I rig it with 15-pound. This is still Suffolk's 832. You'll see I'm changing to Power Pro. Just the original Power Pro, not the Super Slick 8 after I can get rid of this 832. But I've mentioned that in a few videos. This is Suffolk's 832, 15-pound, and it runs up to a 12-pound Invisex fluorocarbon leader. I use about a 9-foot leader, 9 to 12. It's like, I guess it's a little bit more than that, probably 15 foot, because that's 3 of my arms out. It's kind of how I judge it. I'm a shorter guy, so I think it's probably closer to like 15 foot. Anyway, that's not relevant, but that's what I do specifically with this rod and reel, and it's really just a workhorse. For being a cheap rod, cheap reel, this thing is just like beefy, and it gets fish out quick from under docks. Doesn't allow them to wrap around poles and stuff. I can kind of muscle them out without having to worry about it. Same with out here. When I'm just throwing a Senko, this is like my dedicated Senko rod, because like I don't want them to have the opportunity to run me too far. Sometimes on the 5s and 6s or big fish, I still end up getting ran around a little bit out here, but I don't want to have them be able to power me down into the weeds in this north end. So there's one right there. But see, I know that I can flip them with this rod because I'm not afraid of breaking it. It's not a $200 rod, it's like a $40 rod. But that's number one, guys. Picked it up. He's only, I don't know, 1.25 pounds, and he's like 13 or 14 inches. That's just how this works, though. Anyway, I don't feel bad about flipping with this rod or flipping them onto the deck unless they're big, because I'm not going to break this thing. And if I do, that's fine. It's an inexpensive rod. I'm not trying to flip them up on the deck with one of my drop shot rod. It's a villain. I'm not going to try to do that and break a $200 or $250 rod or whatever. So I feel a lot better about this one. And like I said, I beat the crap out of this rod. It owes me nothing. So if you're just looking for an all-around rod, I don't even know if they make these anymore. It's an Escalade. I don't even know who makes it. I got it at Dick's. It's linked in the bio below, but it's just a cheap rod, and it is a legitimate workhorse. Like, I've had no issues with it. Usually it's carp jumping, but I swear to God that was a bass that just jumped right there. I mean, I've been wrong before, but like, I'm almost positive that was a bass that just came out of the water there. Anyway, if you're looking for just a good beater rod, this is perfect. It's a good all-around rod. It can basically do anything. I could throw drop shot on it. It's sensitive enough that I could handle that if I really wanted to, or a Ned rig, something like that. But it also covers everything that if I wanted to, I mean, with 15-pound it would be tough, but I mean, I probably could get away with frogging with this thing, to be honest. I don't see, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it still, because it should be on a casting rod, really, with some heavy braid. But like, if I wound this thing with 20 or 25, 30 pound braid, I'm sure I could get away with small frogs and like light pads, stuff like that. So links in the description. I have no affiliation to this company. I wanted to tell you about it because if I think it's good, I'm here to promote something that works out well. Not everybody has a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money, so a lot of times you'll see some of the gear I fish with is like $6 items, and some of the gear is expensive. I buy something nice when I can, and I don't when I can't. That's just how it works. If I can treat myself, I can, but if I can't and I need to go budget, then budget it is. There's a big pocket of weeds here, guys, so I actually threw on a Texas rig because I wanted to specifically flip. I don't know, I'm sure you guys can see this. I got a polarized lens on here, so you should be able to see this. But I threw on a Texas rig because I wanted to see if I could work my way through it, and if some big fat girl was sitting in there with her mouth open, ready to go. Come on. I don't flip as much as I probably should, or that I like to. It's a really fun way to fish, honestly. I just want to pull it out of there and have a boom. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I was just really hoping there'd be something good in there. It's only a really small isolated spot. That might be like 8 foot by 3, maybe 24 square feet. Hard to believe there's not one sitting in there that wants to eat, especially when I'm dropping a bait right in its mouth. I threw at it a couple times with the wacky, but the wacky wasn't getting down through it. It was getting hung up on the way down. All I'm doing is picking this up and watching my line here. I'm waiting for my line to jump. I'm just not getting the reaction I want. Alright guys, something's not right. I'm not sure what it is, but something isn't right. They're not reacting like they should be or like they would have been. So I don't know if it's post-spawn blues or they're just missing their girl from spawn, maybe. I don't know. But I am about to change up because I want to tie on a Ned rig, which is usually not one of my go-tos. Not particularly a big fan of it, to be honest with you, but it's just not my thing. I prefer to just use a Kitech when I can in those same scenarios. Green pumpkin on bottom and orange on top. I'm actually tying this on my wacky rig rod, and it's not going to come through this grass very well. You can see grass is thick here, guys, but they are weird, in a weird funk. I don't know what it is. So, and I'm having a tough time getting my baits down through, so I'm going to try a Ned rig. This has worked. It is a pain to get through the grass, but if I can just get a sign of life here and flip it down through and get anything to bite, that would be great. There are so many dead bluegills on top of this water too. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if there's a fish kill or something that happened, but man, I'm talking, I've seen 50, maybe more bluegills at this point. There's one right here, and there's tiny ones everywhere, but this is something. I don't know. I don't even know if this is a bluegill. It looks like it might be a perch. But there are bluegills and sunfish everywhere, like panfish. Ah, that's a perch. Very weird. There's like a weird fish kill that happened here or something. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, if you look back at the video, I'm sure I've caught a few of them on camera. They're just in every one of these like little patches of weeds. There's one over there, there's two right there, 3, 4, 5. Like, I mean, I can count 5 dead floating panfish. Like, something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but something ain't right, that's for sure. It's crazy, guys. I don't even know how there's any fish left. Look at this. Even the catfish died. Like, that's insane. I know you guys can't see well, it's tiny, but like, there are hundreds of bluegills and perch that are dead and sunfish and things like that. But like, even the catfish died there. That's, I don't know what happened here. Something did not happen right. I don't know what's going on, but maybe I need to go deeper. Maybe I need to go find something. I don't know. Very weird. Nothing seems to be working for me right yet. So it's not like I'm missing out on anything here. But like, look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, I can count again just from an eye range, 12 that I can physically see. Some of these that are dying are small. 12 dead, 13 dead panfish, or at least what I assume is panfish. Like, that's insane. I don't know what happened here. Very weird. Something like I said just isn't right. I don't know what it is right yet, but something bad happened here. I don't know if it was the algae or what, but very weird. So I was just chatting with a local about the dead fish, and my theory was that they had sprayed for the weeds and potentially killed them that way. But she said they don't spray, to her knowledge, so I guess I just continue on with my day. I came up shallow, immediately broke off under a dock, so that didn't help. Now I am just trying to see if there's like male fry garters here. I don't know what the plan will be, but I'm hoping that there's just some fry garters here that I can attack. You're fine. You're fine. Hiya. How are you guys doing? There we go. There we go. Finally got one to react. Around the side. Around the side. Ah, there we go. Jeez. I've been hunting after this one fish for like all day. Winston. There we go, guys. Man, seems like it's been ages, but that is our first fish in a long time. 3 or 4 hours here. Got him on that Rage Rig Senko. Sorry guys, I did not really get to talk about that fish because 2 golden retrievers came down on the dock, and I didn't want the owner to throw. She had like a buoy retriever. I didn't want them to jump in because I didn't want Winston to jump in and try to like catch it too or something and fight with them or something like that. Not that he really is an aggressive dog, but he just does not like other dogs, especially bigger dogs usually. He's not particularly aggressive, but like he'll definitely tell them where to go. Anyway, so I am fishing the Rage Rig that I was throwing out deep because I broke off my Senko a little earlier under a dock, and I just didn't want to retie, to be honest, because I didn't want to tie another leader, and I didn't know if skipping was going to work because these docks are those metal beam docks. They're not really specifically good docks for skipping. So I wasn't really 100% sure on what I was going to do here. But for now, this worked for that one, so I'm going to see if it'll work for more. I don't know if it will. I didn't know that fish was there, and I really, unfortunately, I threw thinking that I wouldn't get him, and then that lady was right there, and she was not happy that I caught that fish. She was very adamant about me putting that fish back. So I didn't really, I was just gonna say hi and be polite to them, but then I caught a fish at the same time and it all kind of went downhill, but no biggie. Well, that's it, guys. I'm gonna wrap up this video. I talked to a nice couple guys that were just up at the top of the lake. Sat down, chatted with them for a little bit, but realistically, I was gonna stop at the points on the way home and try to fish for smallies, but there were pontoons parked there, which I thought was weird. It's private property, all those points are private property, but people just like pull their pontoons up on the land and like kind of like we're having parties on the property. That's very strange, or to me it is, I guess. So they were like pulled up and like fishing off the back of the thing, and they were like out on shore fishing. So it was super weird. So anyway, I decided against it. I didn't want to get in anybody's way or aggravate anybody. I mean, I'm not sure, like I said, if they were even there legitimately or not. So I am just gonna drop the trolling motor, pop this thing up on shore, and I guess that's gonna be the end of this video. I only ended up getting 2 today. It's my worst day in Otisco in a very long time, but that just goes to show you these lakes are sometimes very difficult. Even tried and true methods like I've had here in the past, things that I've fished here that have worked in the past didn't work today. That those larges are post spawn. I saw a massive carp dead on the shore today too. So like, just there's something weird's going on the last day or two, or last week here maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure why the fish death, but anyway, hopefully it'll turn around as the season goes on. Usually this lake does get quite a bit better. So if you can, hit that subscribe button down below. As always, everything I use is in the description, so please feel free to take a look. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below. And I guess until next time, just hold that music.